Two new PlayStation 4 models will be available starting in September. That's according to a new report from the Wall Street Journal. Sony will release a standard model as well as a high-end version of the console in hopes to attract hardcore fans and new casual users to its platform. So joining us now to discuss this and specifically what it means for the broader sector is Scott Kessler, Senior Equity Analyst at S&P Global Market Intelligence. Scott, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Morgan.
So chief rival in the console space, Microsoft's Xbox One. What do you think Microsoft's reaction to the new release of these consoles will be?
Well, it's interesting, right, because Microsoft literally just released the new Microsoft Xbox One S, and really it's very similar to the previous version. What's interesting, I think, is that now we see a number of new consoles coming along at a time when the major video game companies are actually continuing to shift not only to digital but to mobile. So it's going to be noteworthy to see whether or not there's further traction to be gained as a result of, newer, better platforms in the home in the form of consoles.
And you bring up a really interesting point, and I guess sort of to just dig into this idea that there's more and more hardware hitting the market, targeting the gaming industry. What is the state of the console industry right now, and why would we be seeing more of these devices hit the market when there is that shift to mobile?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. So what's noteworthy is this is actually, even for Microsoft, a pretty big business. Xbox generated, I think, about $9.4 billion in FY16 revenues, and we expect growth this year. I think it's fair to say that, on one hand, there's no question that digital and mobile and casual gaming is as big as it's ever been. I mean, think about Microsoft buying Mojang for $2.5 billion. Think about Activision and what they did with the purveyor of the Candy Crush games earlier this year. So there's a lot of activity around that area. But I think it's fair to say that there are those hardcore gamers, and they want an experience that really is best served up to a large extent with consoles. And that's one of the reasons why we see more consoles coming to market. And what's interesting is, I think for the first time, Sony is looking to do kind of two different consoles. One for the kind of traditional core gamer, and then one maybe for the casual games player. So we'll see how that strategy plays out.
And you just mentioned Activision, which, as you also mentioned, acquired King earlier this year. Electronic Arts, Activision, this overall, I guess, sort of game development space, how is that going to be impacted by these updated consoles, if at all?
So historically what's happened is there has been kind of a slowdown leading up to the new consoles release, and then those new consoles spur incremental demand. Typically, the video game consoles come out around this time of year so that all the bugs are worked out in terms of everything from the technology to distribution, and inventory can be built up in advance of the holiday shopping season. So this generally is very good for the video game companies. We actually recently upgraded Activision Blizzard after some very strong Q2 results. The stock is around $40 a share. Our 12-month target price is well into the 50s. We see a lot of upside here. And as you referenced, we think they're executing really well on the recent acquisition of King Digital. And so Activision is a name we like here, but we think EA as well as Take-Two Interactive, the two other major U.S. Providers of video game software based in the U.S. Are poised to benefit as well.
It's amazing to me that we're already talking about the holiday season.
Yeah, I guess when you think about it, folks are already sending kids back to school. So what's next? Then thinking about the fall, and then of course the holiday shopping season.
Well, Scott Kessler, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. I'm Morgan Brennan. Have a great day. Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here, and click on all the videos around me or the eye right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.